hear something? Hello mountain bikers, welcome to Vital MTB's Gear Show. Today we're going to check out some fresh new protection and apparel from Fox and Troy Lee Designs, as well as take a look at how to convert your Chris King Free Hub if you want to run Shimano's new Microspline cassette. But before we get into any of that, here are a few newsworthy highlights from the past couple of weeks. Nukeproof just launched a short travel version of the Reactor trail bike, reducing the travel to 130mm and stepping down to a Fox 34 up front. We've been riding the regular Reactor for the past few months with excellent results. You can check out our review right here on the channel or on vitalmtb.com, so we'd expect this short travel version to be a riot when you want to favor pedaling and pop even more. On the topic of trail bikes, YT just launched the 130mm travel Izzo. If you haven't already, check out our first impressions right here on YouTube or head on over to our site for more information. We're currently in the middle of more testing with this bike, so make sure you stay tuned for our in-depth findings after a couple of months on the trail. Speaking of good value bikes, Privateer's new 161 Enduro bike delivers fully modern geometry, excellent frame features and incredibly good value. Their $3,075 build includes a RockShox Lyric Ultimate, a Super Deluxe Ultimate, Magura MT5 brakes, Shimano 12-speed SLX, Hunt wheels and a one-up dropper, providing some of the best bang for buck we've seen anywhere. And to round up the recent news, Transition has been busy overhauling their range, with the Scout and now more recently the Sentinel undergoing full redesigns. Sticking with Transition's speed balanced geometry and giddy-up suspension, the geo changes aren't too drastic on this latest version, but will ensure that the bikes remain firmly on the cutting edge of Enduro. Protection has come a long way since the days of those warm and bulky items we used to punish ourselves with not all that long ago. Today we expect sufficient protection from items that can be worn all day and in any kinds of weather. The all-new Tech-Base Pro Tight from Fox is a prime example of something that was developed to be comfortable all day long, yet offer enough protection for most kinds of riding. It features a pro-level chamois pad, D3O inserts, light protective padding on the hips and the side of the leg, and a special armored fabric over the knee area. The Tech-Base Pro would set you back a whopping $224, but keep in mind that it can replace both your liner and your knee pads, as well as offer a bit of extra protection on the sides, and that sticker starts to look a little bit less shocking. On the trail, the Tech-Base Pro has proven itself very comfortable and convenient. The chamois pad works well for long days in the saddle, and we've been able to put in multiple hours of pedaling without any chafing around the knee area. The knee pads themselves perform as D3O pads usually do, conforming to your body movements while stiffening up under impact to absorb and distribute impact crash energy. The fact that they are housed in a full tight means that they are a whole lot less prone to moving around as well. All in all, we think the Tech-Base Pro is an interesting bit of kit. It stops short of full DH level protection, but it does offer the extra padding on the hips and the side of the legs, which could make it pretty interesting for park rats as well as riders looking for lightweight and breathable protection for longer days out. If you wear them under a pair of riding pants, it would make a pretty solid setup too. Moving right along with more protection news, Troy Lee decided to up their lightweight trail level protection game recently with the all-new Stage knee pad. The Stage slots into the range right below the more heavy-duty Raid and above the somewhat inadequate Speed sleeve that we'd rather forget about. The Stage is built around the classic D3O knee pad, housed in an elastic sleeve equipped with silicone grippers along with an integrated support band that runs around the back of the calf for a little extra grip and stability. The main pad is of standard size, while there are no auxiliary pads to be found along the sides. The sleeve is made out of breathable mesh and reaches well up the thighs to ensure good retention and to avoid the dreaded knee pad gap. The Stage pads run a bit small, so make sure you buy before you try if you can. On the trail, the pad is super comfortable in action, much like many of its competitors in this category. We found that the Stage does a good job of staying in place, and the D3O pad works as advertised when crashing on it. Compared to the very best pads in this category, the Stage keeps up with the Joneses for comfort and retention, while giving up a little ground when it comes to lateral protection. We've actually been riding an early sample of these pads for almost a full year now, and aside from a couple of threads starting to unravel, they are still going strong many sweaty miles later. Staying with TLD for another quick update, the venerable old Air gloves have been given a complete redesign for the first time in we don't even know how many years. Gone are the soft and fluffy fabrics of the previous model, replaced by a distinctly more high-tech version. Thin on the top, with extra finger protection and a large Velcro strap, these things are more comfortable, more breathable, and they stay in place much better than the previous edition. Let's take a few seconds to see them in action. Oh, hi there. Well, it took a while, but Shimano has finally caught up to SRAM when it comes to one-by drivetrains. The new 12-speed XT Group is nothing but smooth and precise in action, and we've been really impressed with how it manages shifting under load. We're a few months into long-term testing of the new group, and we've pretty much only got good things to say about it at this point. The one stumbling block has been the new microspline free hub standard, or should we say, the stumbling block has been the lack of available microspline free hub options from your preferred wheel or hub manufacturers. Shimano initially limited the licensing of microspline to a select few manufacturers, but they've since opened up the floodgates. To test out a conversion process in person, we took delivery of the new microspline free hub option from Chris King, and we proceeded to install it in our trusty old Envy M730 wheels. The Chris King microspline free hub kit will set you back a whopping $313 with regular stainless steel bearings, or an eye-watering $402 with ceramic bearings. For the money, you do get a pre-assembled free hub and axle combo, not just a free hub shell like with some other brands, which partially explains the high price. The microspline kit also drops weight compared to the original, making the microspline equipped hub the lightest in the Chris King range. The Chris King conversion process is fairly straightforward. Unscrew the bearing preloader and remove the old axle and free hub. Remove the bearing preloader from the new axle drive shell combo and slide it into the hub after applying a little grease to the drive ring. Now install the bearing preloader again and nip it up fairly tight. You don't want it so tight that it compresses the bearings to the point of slowing them down, but you do need to make sure you load it up enough to remove any axle play from the hub. Then it's time to install your XT cassette. Make sure you place all the spacers and sprockets in the correct order. The pattern of the splines will help with this, as the XT cassette is not put together in one single unit. There you go, you're now ready to hit the trails and enjoy that wide range and smooth shifting. All in all, the Chris King upgrade process is very easy to carry out with just a couple of standard tools, well within reach of the average home mechanic. If you're running another brand of hub, there's a good chance that an upgrade kit is already available, or one will be available soon. And with that, there's nothing that stands in the way of you enjoying this excellent new tech from Shimano. That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, as we've got plenty of rad features going up all the time right here on the channel. Until next time, happy trails.